Hi, I'm Susie Garden, and this is the Ageless and Awesome podcast. I'm an age-defying naturopath and clinical nutritionist, and I'm here to bust myths around women's health and aging so that you can be ageless and awesome in your 40s, 50s, and beyond. The Ageless and Awesome podcast is dedicated to helping women through perimenopause and menopause with great health, a positive mindset, and outrageous confidence. Hit subscribe or follow now, and let's get started. Hello, gorgeous one, and Happy New Year. If you're listening to this episode in the first week of January, then Happy New Year to you, and I hope that you've had a relaxing break. Today's episode is for a very specific woman, and it's for you if in this first week of January, instead of feeling motivated or hopeful, you're feeling flat. Maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to get your hormones under control, but instead of excitement, instead of that new year energy, instead of those New Year's resolutions, perhaps all you feel is exhaustion and being completely demotivated. You've told yourself every year, perhaps this is the year I'll finally get my weight under control, or this is the year I'm going to exercise 3 times a week. This is the year that everything changes. And now here you are again thinking, what's the point? Nothing ever changes. Nothing I do works. If that thought has crossed your mind, if that's where you're sitting in this moment, then please stay with me. This episode is not here to push you, to fix you, to hype you up, because I've been where you are. And this episode is here to help you understand why this feels so hard right now and how to begin again in a way that actually works for your body, your hormones, and your life. So let's start by naming what January really feels like for many of us. January is sold to us as a clean slate. New year, new you, fresh starts, new goals, big energy. But for so many women in their 40s and 50s and beyond, January does not feel fresh at all. We've been here before. It feels heavy for some of us. You might be coming off a busy and emotional December, disrupted routines, poor sleep, more food and alcohol than you thought you would consume, family stress, and very little time for yourself. It's always about everyone else. And instead of feeling ready to start something fresh, start something new, your body feels inflamed, tired, unmotivated, flat, and resistant. Yet, everywhere you look, you're being told, now is the time. Don't waste this moment. Get back on track. New year, new you, yet again. Because I'm sure you're going to hear it and see it more than once. It's a real bugbear of mine if you can't tell. So when you can't muster the energy to get that, let's do this kind of motion and momentum going, that shame creeps in. And I want to say this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you for feeling like this. This isn't a mindset problem. This isn't, positive mind, positive thinking. This isn't laziness. This isn't a lack of discipline. This is biology. And I want to talk about why what's the point is a hormonal response. So let's talk about what's actually happening inside your body. During perimenopause in particular, estrogen fluctuates unpredictably. Progesterone declines, cortisol becomes more dominant, dopamine, which is your motivation and reward hormone, often drops. And this combination can create low drive, emotional flatness, a sense of hopelessness, difficulty imagining change, reduced resilience. And so when you think, what's the point? I can't be bothered. I don't even care anymore. That's not you giving up. That's your nervous system saying, I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired. I don't feel safe pushing anymore. And here's the part most women don't hear. Motivation does not come first in weight loss in perimenopause. Physiology comes first. When hormones, blood sugar, sleep, and stress are supported, then motivation will return. And it can return quite quickly. Particularly the biology, when it's driven by biology, that can return really quickly. So if you're waiting to feel inspired before you start, you might be waiting a long time, and that's not your fault. So why do resolutions keep failing? Most New Year's resolutions fail not because we lack commitment, but because they're built on the wrong assumptions. They assume high energy. They assume stable hormones. They assume plenty of mental space, quick results, and lots of willpower. And that may have worked. You may have felt like that in your 20s and maybe even your 30s, but not a lot of these are relatable in peri and postmenopause for some women. So when you set a resolution that requires strict eating, intense exercise, perfect consistency, and zero margin for error, your body eventually will push back. Not because it's sabotaging you, but because it's protecting you from burnout. Every failed resolution chips away at trust. You stop trusting yourself. You stop trusting your ability to make change. You stop believing change is even possible. And that's where the real pain can lie. Not in the weight, but in the loss of hope. Here's the thing. You don't need to believe that this will work. This is not a positive thinking situation. And this is really important to understand. If you're listening and thinking, I don't even believe weight loss is possible for me anymore, that's okay. I hear this all of the time when I'm speaking to women on their peri weight loss assessments. They say, I have to be realistic about my weight loss goal. And I sit there thinking, I know what you can achieve, and it's way more than you think. But you don't have to believe that weight loss is possible because, that's okay. You don't need that belief. You don't need confidence. You don't need excitement. What you need is a different starting point, one that doesn't ask you to overhaul your entire life and routine, to rely on motivation, or to fight your body. Weight loss after 40 doesn't start with effort. It starts with safety. When your body feels safe, cortisol begins to settle. Insulin becomes more responsive. That helps you burn fat. Cravings soften. Sleep improves. Energy can return, often quite quickly. And from that place, change becomes possible again. And even if right now it doesn't feel that way. So what does starting again actually look like in peri and postmenopause? Let me tell you what starting again really looks like. It's not dramatic. It's not extreme. It's not fast necessarily. It looks like eating regularly, not skipping meals, not undereating. That keeps your body in stress mode. Regular meals calm the nervous system and stabilize your blood sugar. Prioritizing protein. Protein supports muscle, blood sugar, mood, and metabolism, and it reduces that I don't care anymore feeling, because we need protein to build our neurotransmitters, which are our brain chemicals. Gentle movement, walking, strength work, mobility work, yoga, Pilates, not punishment, support. Protecting your sleep. Sleep is one of the biggest drivers of fat loss in midlife and one of the most overlooked opportunities. Removing the urgency. Urgency raises cortisol and calm creates consistency. That's why I will only work with women for at least 3 months. At least 3 months, because it removes this urgency. You have time. And most importantly, when you're looking at this, is not doing it alone, because weight loss in midlife is not a solo sport. So let's talk about why support matters more now than ever. And, if you're finding it harder to do this on your own, if you're getting confused, you don't know what to do, you're reading all this stuff on the internet, you don't know what to believe, it doesn't mean that you're weaker than you used to be or that you're dumber or whatever. It means that your hormones are different, your stress load is probably higher, your margin, your tolerance is smaller, your body needs more support. And that's why working with support can be a game changer. And I get a lot of women that come to work with me inside the Glow protocol. That's not because they're failing at what they're doing, but it's because they're done with the guesswork. They want that exact foods list. They want the exact portion sizes. They want someone like me who's been there, done that, got through to the other side, that can help. They want a clear plan, a hormone-aware nutritionist and nutrition plan, mindset support, accountability, and reassurance that if they fall down, I'm there to help them get back up. They want to feel steady again. They want to trust their body again and want to believe change is possible, gently. So if you're in this first week of January and you're feeling tired, you're feeling discouraged, you're quietly asking, what is the point of trying to make a change? It's just not going to work. It's never worked before. Then please hear this. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from experience. Your body is not resisting you. It's asking for a different approach. You don't need to solve whatever your weight loss goal might be. Say it's 12 kilos. You don't need to solve that 12 kilos today. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to force yourself to feel motivated. You need compassion. You need structure. You need to take away the guesswork. You need hormone-aware support and someone in your corner. And if you're ready for that kind of support, I would love to work with you in the Glow protocol. I have appointments available to book in a peri weight loss assessment to see if we're a good fit to work together so that I can talk to you about your specific situation. Because remember, this is a personalized plan. It's unique to you. So we need to talk about what is going on with you. What can this plan do for you? What can your personalized protocol help you with? I don't want people in this program that aren't ready, that don't want to be here. So booking the call is a great opportunity for us to chat and just see where you are at. And so I can meet you where you're at. So check it out. The link is in the show notes. But if today all you do is listen, that's enough. That's enough. So thank you for spending this time with me. If this episode resonated, please share it with a friend that might be feeling the same quiet heaviness this January. You are not behind. There's nothing wrong with you. It is definitely not too late. I'm working with people who are in their 70s. It is not too late. So until next time, take care, be kind to yourself, and I will see you next week with some fresh new content. Thanks so much for joining me on the Ageless and Awesome podcast. If you liked this episode, please make sure you click the little plus button if you're on Apple Podcasts or the follow button if you're on Spotify so that you get each new episode delivered to you every single week. If you feel like writing me a 5-star review, you would absolutely make my day. If you found this episode resonated with you, head over to my Instagram and DM me at the Perimenopause Path. I would love to connect with you.